Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Parker Nirenstein, and this is Vehicle Virgins. We are at LAX, about to head to Goodwood Festival of Speed in England, courtesy of McLaren. Let's head out. After 15 hours of traveling and 2 hours of sleep, we are finally at the McLaren Technical Center. Crazy enough, I have never been here. I have seen so many pictures, so many videos, and we've just been greeted. I looked through the window there by a McLaren F1. I am so excited to show you guys the factory, how McLarens are actually built, and then I believe this is actually our car for the trip. A 570 GT. Well, this is definitely not the first thing I thought I'd be sharing in the MTC, but check this out. This is actually a McLaren bike that they designed with Specialized. Fun fact, if you guys didn't know, I used to race downhill mountain biking, and this actually won the Tour de France, and I can pick this bike up with one hand. And the shifters, as you can see, there's no actual connection to the derailleur. It's controlled via Wi-Fi. Not only is the McLaren Technology Center an incredible place to see Formula One cars, a McLaren F1, and of course modern day McLarens, they also have every single trophy they have ever won on display. And just the design and architecture of this place is breathtaking. Check these out, guys. Recognize this name, MP4. This is actually a V10 Formula One car, one of the coolest eras in motorsports. Check out the interior on this. Look how tight that is. This is Lewis Hamilton's World Championship winning car in 2008, and just look at all of the aerodynamic elements on this Formula One car. Obviously, on modern day McLarens, the undulations and everything is built around aerodynamics, but look at all of the just ridiculously fine elements all over the car that add in downforce. Well, this car is certainly special. One of the most rare, most expensive, and coolest cars I have ever seen in person, the Mclaren F1 Lm. Only 5 of these exist in the world, and it was built to honor the F1 GTR that won at 24 Hour of Le Mans. I'll take one, please. Another incredibly awesome car at MTC. This is the first customer delivered P1 ever. Now on the Senna, which has better brakes than the P1, they're actually quite different than these. This was a company called Accabono, and the more you use the brakes, they get glossier and glossier and have this crazy metallic reflective finish to it. Let me show you this. Look at that, it almost has a mirror finish to it. Another V10 Formula One car, check this out. We've got a button, push to drink, and they actually have that feature via MSO in the new McLaren Senna. Rare look at the internals of an old Formula One car. Wow. But does it have VTEC? This is actually the first ever Formula One car to use a carbon fiber monocoque, which obviously McLaren uses in all of their modern day road vehicles. But look at the carbon fiber pattern. It actually looks kind of ugly. Check out the steering wheel. But this is a generation of cars where safety was not really of the biggest concern. It was all about speed. Look how wide the tires are on James Hunt's Formula One car. This is wider than any tire I have ever seen. And another really cool thing is it actually has onboard brakes. The brakes aren't located within the wheel, they're actually right here. Oh yeah, also fuel lines running through the cabin. That seems safe. So let's take a look at this Indy car. There's some really cool things about this that I just learned. For one, Bruce McLaren was from New Zealand. Now the Kiwi, represented here, is kind of a national super rare bird in New Zealand. And crazy enough, the actual McLaren logo is an artist's interpretation of what a Kiwi looks like. Now another cool fact is the reason why these cars were all orange is that on a black and white TV screen, orange shows up as pure white, so it's super easy to see. Also, I need that turbo on my Lamborghini. This Can-Am car has some serious history to it. So Danny Hume won 39 races in this car, and it actually happens to be the sister car to the vehicle that Bruce McLaren died in. Another cool fact about this is it has adjustable aero in a stanchion here and some little adjustments back here where you can actually change the height of the wing, something people weren't really doing at the time. If you're wondering why the McLaren Senna has such a big wing, look at that. One of the absolute coolest and most important cars here is this McLaren F1. And it is no ordinary F1. This is the XP5 that set the world speed record in 1998 of 240.1 miles an hour. And considering it doesn't have any of the safety technology of modern day vehicles, I can't even fathom what going 240 miles an hour, even 240 miles an hour in general, would be like in this car. So McLaren has given me this 570 GT for the week to move about in London and head to Goodwood. I'm super stoked about this. One, the purple color is fantastic. I don't want to mess up the color name. I haven't looked it up yet. I believe it's Mauvian blue. And we have these gorgeous diamond cut wheels, which I've never actually noticed. They have this pearlescent finish to it. It's a pretty rare thing to have pearl effect in actual wheels. There's carbon fiber everywhere all over this. And the big thing about the 570 GT versus the 570S, a lot of people actually aren't familiar with this one. Well, I'm not sure if I would prefer it over the 570S, as the 70S is the sportier version. The GT is a little bit more comfortable. Check out how cool the rear hatch is. And it actually opens like that. So you can more easily put your bags in right there. Just a decent amount of storage space. And I just noticed as well, that chopped carbon fiber. Whoa. I love the way the tachometer looks in track mode. Look at that. Ah, I'm in a roundabout. Oh shoot, oh shoot. This is actually, like, I'm not even exaggerating fear levels right now. Help. When in doubt, floor it. Oh my God. We got another roundabout. I don't know if this is a world of roundabouts. I'm trying to use McLaren's navigation system for the first time while talking to you, while driving on the wrong side of the road, on the wrong side of the car. Stress. I think this is the right way. Like, I'm confused.
Oh, you're on the wrong side. Oh,
no, I'm not. I'm good.
Oh, wow, that's scary.
Is this serious? What? The 2 times I've driven a right-hand drive car have been in the center of London in a supercharged R8, and now we are in some crazy small town with construction everywhere. Oh, tunnel run. Oh, look at that old cycle store. That is beautiful. Not ideal, but I'm learning. I'm learning quickly. We just hopped right in. Now that I've driven on the road for about 15 minutes, I've gotten 0% more comfortable with being on the left side of the road. Every time a car passes on the right, it is terrifying. How about we go over some of the statistics on the car? 3.8 liter twin turbocharged V8, just like the 570. Same power to weight ratio as the 570S. This thing makes 562 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque, and does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And it can store a ton of luggage in the front, 2 carry-on bags, plus 2 backpacks in the front and in the rear. You can actually go on a week-long trip and take the 570 GT with you. It's pretty awesome. Everything here is so dang beautiful. Look at King Edward School. Like, what? I want to go to high school like that. There's an ambulance. So my buddy Hunter, who works at McLaren and typed in the route for me to get to Goodwood, goes, well, there's one of 2 options. You can either take the scenic route, which will take you about twice as long, or the non-scenic route. We voted to take the non-scenic route, then get to Goodwood, and then do some exploring with the car. And his version of non-scenic route has been one of the most beautiful roads I've ever seen. All of the buildings are gorgeous. This is awesome. Whoa, look at that. We got dual Citroens. Ha! Oh, good God. Well, this is absolutely ridiculous. We are doing what's called glamping, something I have never done in my entire life. There are a bunch of these kind of luxurious tent yurt things. A bunch of nice cars out here. Audis, there's a Bentley in the front. Apparently everyone's watching the World Cup right now, drinking beer, having a bunch of fun, so we need to park the car and join them. Yep, we're off-roading a McLaren. We just arrived at the Grand Folly Hotel, legitimately taking this McLaren 570 GT camping. The fact that we can fit everything in it, then just took it out on the grass, and now we're gonna go sleep in yurts. I didn't realize how cold it was actually gonna be at nighttime. They were like, it's gonna be so hot in England. They kept talking about how hot it was, but it was 116 degrees in Southern California, so I doubt it's gonna be that hot. Let's go check out what these things look inside. Check this place out, guys. It is tent city, except luxury tent city. I'm gonna go inside here, and oh my gosh, it is a hotel room inside of a tent. Luxury magazines, a whole bunch of sleeping stuff. That is the coolest thing I have ever seen. First time at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. I haven't even been to the event yet, and I am having an absolute blast. Well, guys, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up. I hope you've enjoyed this journey all the way to England to go to the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Some crazy adventures along the way. Make sure to turn that notification bell on because some wild stuff is coming in the next couple days, including getting up close and personal with McLaren's new 600 LT, and hopefully getting some rides in some crazy hypercars up the Goodwood hill climb. As always, I look forward to seeing you guys next video.